This is Joy from Obsessed with Scrapbooking, and today we're going to learn how to write and cut with the Cricut Explorer, and we're going to make these fun thank you cards. The first thing we do is we go into the Design Space software. Let's get started. There we go. So my first step is going to be to go to Insert Image, and I am going to look in my image sets. So I pull this, I'm going to wait for this load. I pull this down to my image sets, and I'm going to type in tags bags because I want to use the tags bags boxes as a more 2 cartridge, which I happen to know is this one, but if I didn't, it comes up and tells you. And I'm going to pull this up, and I don't know if you guys have ever looked at this cartridge closely. There's a lot of cool things on it, but one of the really fun things it has is it's got a whole bunch of these cards with the pen feature already ready to go. So something I need a lot of is thank you cards. So I'm going to take this thank you card. Isn't that cute, you guys? I think that's really cute. And I'm going to insert it. So here comes my thank you card. I need some little small thank you cards to include when I send out stamps and different things to my close to my heart customers. So I want to start making some cute but quick cards, if you know what I mean. And this seems like a way I could do it. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to pull this up here, and I'm going to go to the Edit button, and I'm going to size it at 3 inches tall. Okay, and I'm doing that because then I can, those are little small cards and they'll slide into the stamps and whatever else. I guess you don't need to know that, but just so you know, just in case you're wondering. All right, and I am then going to, it's highlighted, the whole thing's highlighted. I'm going to right click and I am going to detach. And now I can take my thank you away, which I want to do. And here's why. Because I am going to add another layer in here. I like layers, and I'm going to add some layers in here to make this a layered card. So I'm going to go to Insert Images, and I'm going to go back, and I am going to go home, and I'm going to find a square. So I just type in square and hit that button. I don't know why the turtle hangs out here. Okay, he's gone now. And all these squares come up. I'll just grab this first one. It's from Simply Sweet, but I have access to it, so I'm not going to sweat it. But you could always get one from Plant & Schoolbook, because everybody's got a Plant & Schoolbook. Okay, couple things interesting to note here. So here comes my square, and I want you to look over here in the Layers section. Remember, almost every image, if it has a shadow, will come in with the shadow, which is this beige section, but the eyeball's closed. So when I put the eyeball on, I've got 2 layers, which is actually pretty cool. So that's what that would really look like. Now what I want to do, I'm going to separate these out. So I'm going to ungroup these. So I've got 2 squares, right? And I'm going to bring this square over here to lay it out. I think I like that. And I'm going to bring my thank you over here. Oops, it's behind. Anytime you want to move things around, you go up to this Arrange button. And you click on it, and then this one means move backwards, move forwards, move all the way back, move all the way forward. So I want to move this forward. I want to move my thank you forward. And I might have to move it again. It helps to look here in the Layers menu because it'll tell you. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, the thank you. Okay, maybe even smaller. This is it here. Okay. And that's the section that's going to write, so that's pretty fun. All right, now here comes the interesting part. I'm going to close the eyeball on the card. And I'm going to close the eyeball on the score line, which is this line you can't even see, but there it is. And then I'm going to take this, I'm going to put a big box around these 2 things. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to say attach. Now, here's the cool thing. Okay, you guys, here's the really cool thing. I'm going to go ahead and get these cut out. And let me make my card come back to life too so we can see that. Okay, there's my card. Here's what's neat. I didn't keep the scoring, by the way. I could have turned that eyeball back on too. I didn't because I don't have the scoring tool. So there's just no use to, bother with that layer. All right, so I'm going to go to Go. and everything's going to come up. So there's my card, there's my one square, and there's my thank you, which you can see is cutting and writing. So I press go. I apologize for that weird clack, 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 clack in the background. That's my fan and it makes a weird noise. So I'm sorry, it's not the machine when you hear it. So I'm going to go to the next mat and I'll load. And now to the mat where we're going to be writing on it. So let's take a look at how we put the pen in the machine, okay? Okay, here's my machine. I am going to go ahead and get my pen loaded. Now I'm going to tell you guys a secret here with the pen. This machine comes with a pen, okay? But I also discovered that the American Crafts Slick Writers, they also work. So that's a little secret. And this is actually, these are a fine tip. It says F down here. I haven't tried their tips that are a little wider because I want it to be fine because this thank you is kind of a fine tip thing. So let's get this open. I'm going to use the black because I'm going to be writing on pink. Here's my pen. Now I learned last time, I like to put something under here. I'm going to stick this in here until I push it down, and I'm going to close this door. And now my pen is ready and my cutter's ready. Now, here's what I'm so excited to do. I'm so easily amused. Okay, up here it says, how many projects do you want to make? Well, I want to make a bunch. Let's just start with 4. So I'll say 4 and hit apply. Okay, and there's my cards. I'm not going to worry about my cards. Here's what I want you to see. The thank yous are all perfectly lined up like I laid them out, all ready to go. Okay, so let's start making some cards. I was just so excited you could cut out so many at the same time with the writing in the correct spot. So that's what the big deal was to me. Anyway, we're going to use the Hooray Bouquet close to my heart stamp and some Hollyhock ink, which is this like dark pink. And oops, okay. Always remember 2 sides to the paper. So if you make a mistake, you can always turn it over. All right. I just want to have a little sentiment on the inside, and that says, you make me smile. Now, you're probably wondering, why did you fold that with your hand? Because actually that's usually not the good way to do it. But my score pal is under a pile of stuff on the desk. The desk looks like a tornado where you can't see it. It's all been like shoved over, and I have a few projects in the making, and yeah. So I decided to just, instead of digging and then having to clean, I just went with folded it myself. All right, now I wanted to add a little interest to the card, so I got my white Signo Uniball pen. I'm just going to add some, faux stitching, and some dots along the edge of the scallop. This color that I'm using, it's like a dark blue. It's called Outdoor Denim, and the color of the pink is Hollyhock. So I just put some pop dots on it, and this card is good to go. We're pretty much wrapped up. See how quick that was? I hope you all have a great day and that this was helpful to you and instructional. And take care. See you next time.